Good morning, good morning. It's me, Lamika. What's up? What's up? Okay, so let's get straight into the video. This is T with Lamika. If this video is too dark, let me know because the next time I'll make sure that I have my lights on. I'm just using the light and using the light from outside coming in through the window. So if it's too dark, please let me know below when you answer the questions for the day. So so I can make adjustments. Okay. So I'm not gonna stick to this tea from yesterday that I posted. That tea was really old, but I posted it yesterday because I was having problems, and finally I just got in contact with Apple, and they helped me through some things. But basically, the person that I was speaking about in that tea video actually texted me yesterday when I was taking a nap, and so I'm not gonna go into all the details, but they basically didn't know how I felt, and so they knew yesterday loud and clear according to the text, and I'm not going to read the text. But I sent her a text back, I didn't apologize for anything because I felt my truth is my truth, She didn't remember the laundry incident, but I do. I remember it clear as day. So it is what it is, but if she's watching this video, now that I know that, maybe sometimes she may watch my videos, who knows? I don't think we'll ever be best friends again. I think that we can be friends, because I don't hate her or anything. I got over the situation a long time ago when I distanced myself, really, to be honest with you. And I'll talk about that too later. Why am I coughing? Oh my God. But I could go into so many things, but I think basically if she ever wants to sit down with me and just really talk about situations, then I will sit down with her and actually sit down and talk to her about things. But the only thing that I may have some feelings about yesterday is probably the fact that she found out through watching one of my videos. Again, I didn't go into details. Maybe I should do more detailed videos, but I just feel I don't need to go into a whole lot of details on videos. I can just, kind of give a little bit of the situation, and then, we move on from there. Because, let's face it, I love the tea, and I have a lot of other tea to talk about. So, anyway, I logged into my other Facebook account that I hardly ever go to these days. And one of the Power People poll questions on Broadway Joe Morning Show is from Arkansas, 92.3 FM. I love that station. It is one of my favorite radio stations to date. I have not found another radio station that I love more than 92.3. And when I first moved to New Orleans, I was trying to still pick up 92.3. I just thought that because it was on the radio, I could get it anywhere, and I had no idea you have to be in the city, or you have to be in that state or close by to that city to pick it up. But I found them on years later Facebook, and so whatever questions they have on the radio station that morning, they posted on Facebook, and so you can still weigh in. It's much better to weigh in on Facebook because then you don't have to worry about calling the station. But I love when people call the station and give their opinion because it is the funniest, and I just love listening to it. So I have to make sure when the next time I go home, I have to go home where I'm going to be there through the weekday so I can catch it in the morning. But one of my favorite stations. Oh my gosh, I didn't know I could love a station like that. Anyway, I thought that should be our tea today. Something to talk about. That might be our tea all the time besides crafty stuff. But let me read to you what it says, and I'm going to tell you what I feel, and I want to know what you guys feel. So the Power People poll question, well, they said preview for Thursday, June 11th, which is tomorrow, my birthday. Yes, baby. Okay, here it is. I've been with my man for 12 years. We started dating in college and lived together. I've hinted on numerous occasions about us getting married. He has said things like, we have a perfect committed relationship. I admit we have a good relationship and he is a good provider. The only thing he seems to not want to do is get married. I suggested we go to counseling and he thought I was joking. I have invested 12 years and I don't know what to do. So, power listeners, as they call us, should she walk away or stay? Let me tell you, baby, I thought that was the perfect tea for the day. First of all, I could see this going both ways. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to tell you the first way, and then I'm going to tell you the second way, how I think, okay? Because I could really see it going both ways. The one way is, if it's not broke, why fix it? Okay? I know we've all heard that before, and it really is true. If it's not broke, why fix it? Sometimes it takes people a long time to get to that point. And then I will use myself as an example. But if he's a good provider and he's committed to you, do you really need a ring to make it official? 12 years? That's like common law marriage at this point. You are really married to that person. You just may not be recognized by law. Well, sort of, because it's common law marriage and they do have laws for that. But wherever you're writing from, maybe, like one person suggested, research your laws to see what it is that you have, as far as common law marriage. So I can see that. Again, why, if it's not broke, why fix it, and when I talk about that, when Mark and I first got together, just like any relationship, you bring old baggage in sometimes that you are, you're not supposed to bring in. But for us, luckily, we worked through that stuff early on. And when I say early on, I mean really early on into the relationship. We worked that stuff out because we were like, we're not going to go through our relationship that me and him have, or our marriage, or whatever the case may be. We weren't talking about marriage at the time, but basically our relationship hashing out old stuff from before. So one of the things I knew that I would do is I would sometimes cause a rift just because, and again, this was early on, and it goes back to, if it's not broke, why fix? So why start something if everything is happy? You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I say the same thing, if it's not broke, why fix it? Now, here is the other part to that. I also feel, too, 12 years a slave. Okay, sorry, I did not mean to say that. I love that movie, by the way. But 12 years being with someone and they haven't popped the question, what are you waiting on? Maybe you guys shouldn't be living together. Maybe you should not be committed to this person. 12 years, that's a long time to be committed to just one person and you don't have a ring. You know what I'm saying? And you're treating them like a husband pretty much. I'm pretty sure you are. And they won't even pop the question to you. Now, one of the people on that poll has said, why don't you ask him to marry you and propose to him? That'll give you your answer. And I thought that was a pretty good idea, but 12 years, I couldn't see myself being boyfriend, girlfriend for 12 years. Because at that point, you're kind of past that. 1 year, 2 year mark, you know what I'm saying? 3 year mark, you're full blown husband and wife at this point. I'm pretty sure that's how they live and stuff, you know. So, I just want to know from my viewers, what's your tea on this? What do you feel? Hold on. I have to tell you guys about our neighbors too here in a minute, because that's what I'm looking at right now. But what do you think about that? Tell me, what do you think? Should she be pressuring this man to marry her, or should she leave him? You know, I mean, should she stay or leave like they said? I mean, I don't know, you know. What would I do in this situation? I was with you in college. Good. Moving in together? I don't know. Should we move in together? No. Maybe I have my own place. You have your own place. We may be dating. Yes. We may be committed to each other. Yes. But after a while, and I'm not waiting 12 years. God dog it, them darn birds, I swear to God. They be at my window, y'all. I'm telling you. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't know. I just don't know, because I don't know. I don't know if I could wait 12 years. But then again, if they never done anything to me to make me feel a certain way, maybe I could possibly stay with them, and maybe I wouldn't worry about it. I don't know. But I definitely want to hear from you guys. I want to hear what you think about it and all that good stuff. So let me tell you, all these darn birds, okay? Let's get back on the subject of these birds. These birds keep flying up here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to talk to Mark this evening when he comes in for work, and I'm going to say, hey, can we get a bird bath? I think that's what we need in the front yard, is a bird bath, because these birds are over here all the time. And I think if we have a bird bath, that will keep them together. You know what I'm saying? So what do you guys think of that? Should I get a bird bath? Because the birds obviously have won. Yeah, they've taken over. They won. So anyway, let me tell you guys about our neighbor right quick. Okay. So the way this house is situated, it's in I think they call it a flag. It's a flag street or whatever. So basically, there's the road. I can see the road from the house, okay? Then when you come up to this, to our home, or these homes in this flag cul-de-sac type thing. Well, it's not a cul-de-sac, but flag. So there's a house if I'm coming in, that means the house to the right of me and the house to the left of me. I mean, my house is to the left, up on the hill, okay? So there's the Asians here to the right. There's this Caucasian family, grown son still live there to the left. And then on the hill, because you're coming up a hill, there is a black family to the right, and there's us, black family, to the left on the hill, okay? So the people that live in front of us, because you know Chuck moved in with us or whatever, Chuck was parking his car on the flag in front of the Asian's house. Well, not flag, but the little roadway thing to the left. I'm sorry, to the right. He was parking his car down there in front of their home. That's where a lot of those cars, we parked at, okay? And so one day, I guess the father asked his son to ask Chuck if he would move his car, so they could park theirs there. And Chuck said, no, let's tell your father to come and talk to me about that. So, he was like, yeah, man, I'm sorry, I didn't even mean to come to you, I guess he kind of felt embarrassed to even be asking Chuck to move. So one day when I was leaving out the house, the guy's truck, the older son, the one that asked Chuck to move his truck was right here, like blocking my way for me to come through right at the corner. So if he had it over enough where I could drive out, but it was still blocking. You know what I'm saying? So I saw that, and the first thing I'm doing, I'm on the phone. I can't get nobody to pick up the phone. So I text Chuck, and I told Chuck to tell Mark that that black truck was in my way. And when I get back home, if that truck is there, I'm going to be calling the police, or I'm going to go off. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I was pissed about it. But when I came back, the truck was gone. What happened was Mark went over there and told him, you need to move your truck. So they tried to tell Mark, well, that's part of our easement thing, and we own that, and we can park there. And we were like, huh? So Mark told Chuck just move his car for right now, and he was going to call his attorney friend. So he called his attorney friend, but in the meantime, Mark looked up all information because according to them, they have an agreement with the agents that they can park all their cars over there. Now, let me tell you, the agents have 2 vehicles, and they have this white one that comes over there sometimes, this van, but it's not over there all the time. The one van that they do have is in their driveway because they don't use the garage because their garage is full of crap. Trust me, I know. The people in front of us, they have a carport, but they use it as part carport and part patio. So they don't even use it fully for what it's supposed to be, okay? But anyway, Mark got the papers on the site showing our property lines. Do you know that we own the part of the driveway in front of the people in front of us that had the problem in front of their house? That means legally Chuck can park in front of their house if he wanted to and not, on the street or whatever. So anyway, the attorney came over here yesterday. He's going to find out if there was any type of paperwork involved that them two made as far as this parking, which, it should be it should be somewhere in the legal systems of Columbia or Howard County, whatever the case may be. But he's going to find out, and then he's going to see. This is why you don't wake up a sleeping dragon. This is why you don't do that. My husband is the type of person, he will fight you legally and go ahead and crush you. You know what I'm saying? So what he's going to do is also they have bricks that are on the pipeline, I think from our house, and they're not supposed to be there. So they're going to get rolled up for that too, just because of all of this. And I think they have a shed in their yard that is too high. It's not supposed to be like that. It's not because Columbia has certain rules about certain things, and they're breaking the law basically. So it's like, why did you do all that for what? Now your cause are more rift than it should have been in the first place. And, it's just crazy. But it didn't even have to go there because let me tell you how many cars they have. They have 5 cars and there's only 3 of them living there. So, first of all, you need to take that little crazy little patio that you guys barely use and move your garage on up. Move your cars on up so you can have enough room. See, legally, they're supposed to be parked on the street or in their driveway. That's where they're supposed to be at. Nobody's supposed to be parked in the flag thing, to be honest with you, because that property belongs to us and the people beside us. They own the other side of it. So, if you want to be parked there, you really should be asking one of us, can you really park there? That's the whole truth. But whatever, we'll see what happens. I will let you guys know when I find out more from our attorney and go from there. But it's just crazy. We don't really have any issues with anybody over here. I wish that we knew our neighbors more, but we don't. I'll say that for another video and stuff about, see, dang on birds. It's because we got these bushes in front of this house. They just be all up in the bushes, I swear. And it's the same birds, I bet, that were in my house those 2 times. Let me go. Anyway, people, I will talk to you guys later. I need to get some stuff done here so I can finish off some swaps and all that good stuff. Oh, last night, let me tell you one more thing, then I'll let you go. I had a breakthrough. You're not going to believe it, but I did not eat anything. My husband got hungry. He was like, go get me something to eat. And I was like, okay. And then he was like, what you gonna get? And I was like, I don't think I'm gonna get anything. I don't know. We'll see. So I went and got him something to eat. And you know what? I resisted the urge to get anything. Actually, I got myself a cup of ice and that was it. And I came back home. But I resisted the urge to eat anything late at night. And you know, I got hungry a little later on. Not gonna lie, but I still didn't eat anything. I just went ahead and went to bed. So I'm really proud of myself for making that breakthrough. I'm really trying to really get this weight lost. And then I'll tell you in another video what's going on with me and stuff. And then you can probably know where I'm coming from. And some of you guys may be able to even relate to me. Oh, another thing too. God, I'm so sorry, guys. I have so much stuff to tell you guys. I might need to put in another video, and I probably will. But I have a new group. I have 2 groups that I created on Facebook. One of them is called Yard of Scraps. It is basically a place for you to sell your gently used items. You know, read the rules. There's not that many rules. I mean, damn. Create an album, put your name on it, and then post your stuff up for sale, okay? I need to post some stuff on there too. And then another group that I created, besides Pink Bow Tie Stamps, of course, another group that I created is called 50 Shades of Coloring. I think it's 50 Shades of Coloring. But it's basically anybody that loves to color. There's some color groups that I'm in. They usually, you know, use those coloring books. I don't color out of coloring books. I use stamps. So I need to see a group for about people that like to color with stamps and that are active. I see some coloring groups out there, but they're not as active as I would like. I want to see people that are posting stuff or just active and like to talk. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm looking for in groups. So, those groups were created. If you want to be a part of those groups, I will put a link below for you guys, for each group and stuff. And, you know, if you got some stuff that you need to sell, post it in the group. I'm telling you, you know. I'm trying to get my girlfriend to come in there and post her so she knows I'm talking about her, because she has some planners that she is not using at all. She has a lot of other stuff that she's not using at all. And I'm like, girl, get rid of that stuff and sell it. You can make some money, okay? I mean, you may not make what you pay for, but you would make some of your money back. So anyway, if you got stuff you want to sell, or if you're into coloring like I am and other people, come and join our groups, all right? I'll talk to you guys later. Sorry it was so long. And don't forget to answer that question below. Bye.